Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, I want to talk a little bit about Xenon Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. This is ticker symbol Xene. And the reason why we're talking about this one is just a couple of hours into the trading day so far. This stock is already up 82% on the day. Obviously, that is a very, very crazy day for any stock to have any single day that looks at anything close to that at all. But it's even a little bit crazier today on a day where the stock market overall is doing pretty bad. I don't know. When I was looking at my portfolio, I think I have one single stock that's up on the day today, and it's up like 0.5% or 1% or something. I have multiple stocks that are down like 2, 3, 4%. SPY's down 1.5%. There is a lot of blood, a lot of red in the market today. And for a stock to be popping at all is kind of news today. It's kind of a big deal, but let alone popping like this. And I can only imagine what these gains would have been like if this was a good day for the stock market and people were more excited and people were more just ready to go and money was flowing around all over the place. So we're going to be talking about what is going on with Xene today, why it's popping so hot, and maybe what the future has in store for this stock as well. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out the first link in the description below if you want to get a free stock just for getting signed up with Robinhood. With that being said, let's get right into it. So Xene, this is right now just over a $1 billion market cap, pharmaceutical company, obviously biotech, pharma, all of that stuff. Companies that we know can be very, very volatile. They can be very, very reactive to news. They can pop just multiple hundreds percent in a single day, in a single week, on some good news, on a good trial, on FDA approval, something like that. And they can also drop, 30, 40, 50% in a single day on bad trials or delays or extensions or, just anything. Even competitors, getting good results or good trials or getting a new product to market. There's so just much volatility in this space, and some people love that volatility. Some people want to stay away from it. When we zoom out a little bit, look at the year-to-date graph on this thing. Obviously, overall, it's been a pretty good year. I mean, yes, very, very volatile, a lot of ups and downs, but, where we're at right now is 90% above where we were at, January 4th. But throughout most of the year, we've really been up from the beginning of the year. There's not really, if you got in January, there's not really a time with Xene where you've been down on the year. So overall, yeah, lots of volatility, lots of times to, sell some peaks and buy some dips. But overall, this stock, doesn't look too crazy compared to a lot of the other ones. And obviously right now, we're not exactly trading at, 52-week highs just because this thing peaked a couple of hours ago. But today we're trading at the 52-week high. So there's a lot of momentum, a lot of stuff sending this thing upward. This is really new heights for this company. And that's obviously a very, very big deal. Now, what exactly has this company popping so hot today? This is coming from the Motley Fool, Fool.com. Why Xenon pharmaceutical stock is screaming higher today. Obviously, that is exactly what we're looking for. And then kind of the sub headline here, a positive mid-stage trial is powering this biotech stock higher today. So obviously they got some very, very good news. They have a trial going well. Let's see exactly what is going on. So clinical stage biotech is having a superb showing in pre-market today. Shares were up 98% on extremely heavy volume. That is also a very, very big deal. You always want to take a look at the volume and see what's going on there too, because sometimes stocks, especially smaller cap stocks that don't have as much trading and stuff, they can pop on lower volume, and that usually doesn't mean as much. When there is big volume behind it, that means obviously people are trading the stock, people are looking at it, people are getting involved with it, and it gives us a more accurate price discovery usually. So this is a bigger deal. It's going up on this big volume. There is a lot of people getting involved here. They do say what's driving this enormous rally in the tiny biotech stock today. Ahead of the opening bell, Xenon announced positive mid-stage trial results for Xen 1101 as a potential treatment for adult patients with focal epilepsy. Xen 1101 is anticipated to be an integral part of the next generation of anti-epileptic drugs currently making their way to the market. What's important to understand is that the next batch of epilepsy drugs is expected to grow the overall market by high single digits per year due to their improved efficacy and fewer side effects. This is obviously a very, very big deal. I know we talk about this with the biotech stocks a lot, the pharmaceutical companies, that this is something that could be life-changing for so many people. Obviously, epilepsy is very, very serious. It's very, very scary. It can be very, very life-changing for the people, for the families, for everyone involved, and getting some kind of treatment, some kind of drug that can help them out immensely with minimal side effects. And as this stuff just continues to grow, obviously it'll be able to reach more people. It'll be able to help people, and that's awesome, being able to change the world. But obviously, at the end of the day, we're talking about stocks. We're talking about companies. We need to be making money. There needs to be some revenue. There needs to be some profit. There needs to be some growth potential. They're talking there a little bit about how the market will grow single-digit percentages year over year. They are expecting. That's obviously very, very good. They're also talking about here how the epilepsy drug market is $7 billion at present. And if Xenon can be a leader in this market, obviously they can gather up a bunch of that market share. And if that market is going to be growing year over year, and they're able to capture a bigger market share, and they're able to be one of the leaders, and they're able to have one of the top drugs, the top treatments that people are going to be, asking for and begging for and needing and wanting, and throwing a bunch of money at as well, this could be a very, very big deal. This could be, potentially game-changing for this stock. That's obviously also what's always really important for biotech stocks. They have to spend so much money on research and development. They have to constantly be coming up with cutting-edge drugs, cutting-edge treatments. The competition's so fierce. There's so many competitors, all of this stuff, and it's so expensive. So when you do hit on something, you got to hit on something, and when you do, it's got to be something big. You got to be pumping it out, and you got to start making all that money to, start back paying on all the money you spent on R&D for all the drugs that didn't work out and everything, but then also to obviously eventually be profitable in the end. So that's obviously the track that Xenon is hoping getting on. Obviously, a lot of people think they're on that way. They think they're making some good strides because, again, the stock is popping today. This is high volume. This is getting to 52-week highs. People are believing in the stock. Investors are getting excited. This is a very, very big deal here. What's more, the particular drug market is on track to grow at a compound annual growth rate of approximately 6.6%. But obviously, some bad news. You got to have the good with the bad. Xenon's drug will face stiff competition in this crowded space. As a result, XEN1101's peak sales might top off in the hundreds of millions. That is, unless a bigger pharma takes over its commercial launch, though through either a licensing deal or a buyout. So obviously that is, some of the bad news, that there might be a cap on this. It might only be hundreds of millions rather than, potential billions when you're talking about a $7 billion, overall market. Xene right now, some of the financials and everything and the stats surrounding the company right now, they're trading at a price to sales of 36.87. That was obviously at their previous valuation of under $1 billion. Now they're over $1 billion. That number is going to be going up. But obviously we're going to have to look at how their, next couple quarters and once this drug actually gets to market, how much revenue and all that stuff they're able to put in. People are obviously pricing in a ton of growth right now, a ton of extra potential. The company's not even profitable right now. Obviously their last EPS was minus $1.52. So there is a lot of downside. There is a lot of negative. There is a lot to be wary from. They need this drug to be big. They need it to go big. They need it to make them a lot of money. They have a lot of ground to catch up on. But this was a very, very big breakthrough. This was obviously very, very good test results today. And we'll have to see what the future has in store for it. Again, this is a very, very competitive space, competitive field, and I'm sure other people are going to be, dropping some clinical trials and dropping some results and saying, a lot of the same things that Xene is saying in the future. But it'll be interesting to see how this all works out. For me personally, I think this one's ripped a little too high, a little too hot. I'm probably staying away from it for now. But dive into the research, dive into the studies, dive into the drug, everything you can find out about it, and maybe, you think there's a ton of potential. Maybe you think the stock should be up even more. Maybe you think people are selling it short. But yeah, that's pretty much every video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Xene. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest content. Hope I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.